Hello, 380. How's it going? It's Dr. Allen. I think I used this joke, but I can't remember if it was in this class or not. We are in the Endgame now, so we're going to kind of go over a few things here today. This will not be terribly long. It's more of a refresher of just telling you what to do and what's expected, and we'll kind of go from there. So with all that being said, let me share my screen and scoot down here so I can actually see what I'm looking at. All right, a few things. One, as I was saying, we're kind of, starting to wrap up. Let me give a few disclaimers too. It's just, I think I've sent some of this out in email, but I like to say it sort of face to face. One, apologies on grading. I am a little bit behind. I'm going to say no excuses, but I guess I have a small excuse I'm going to give. We've been just kind of busy. I mean the department, everyone, you, me, trying to wrap up in the field. I know everyone in this class is probably either in 370 or 443. You're all out in the field trying to get stuff done, and especially if you're in Berkeley County, it kind of keeps jumping back and forth to what it is, virtual versus live. I've been kind of out there doing a lot of that. It's all wrapping up. I actually have my last one, I think, tomorrow. So I'm doing this today on the 12th. So I will make sure. I've been trying to get the grading done when I can. I'm a little behind. I will promise you I will get caught up as soon as I can. I'm really trying to bust derriere, I guess, so to speak, to try to get it done. A couple things also with that, just as a reminder, if you did the videos or you came to the Google Classroom session specifically last week, one, thank you for doing that. Two, hope you picked up some things. Three, don't forget to put that on your resume. And four, I am actually embedded right now grading Flipgrids and your videos. I know I said if you didn't come to that, you needed to do the Flipgrid and the video. If you came to the Google Classroom, which I do have a list of everyone that came, actually Dr. Johnson was nice and emailed me on a list, and I actually wrote a scribbled list myself. I will make sure whatever one you didn't do, you get credit for. I will send out once I am done though, I will ask you to double check to make sure I didn't not give you credit for something that I should have. I think I should be able to figure it out, but I'm human, so keep an eye out on me in case I goof up somewhere. The other thing I wanted to apologize for, actually, it's more to give you all kudos. An email is going out. Actually, I'm going to send it out later today, but just in case, I want to give the thanks again. With the Flipgrid blogs, I goofed, and someone actually had emailed me when I did it, but a few of you were really on the ball that week, I guess. When I built that blog for 380, I put the Flipgrid information up there, but I also, for some reason, put in my 422 class information. That was the one on the Library of Congress and National Archives. Some of you did your blogs on that, which actually was pretty good because there is some technology on that site. It seemed like everyone liked the site. So that was awesome, actually. You can get some lesson plans out of that. That was a goof. I thought I caught it on Monday or Tuesday, but maybe I wasn't quite as quick as I thought. Long story short, I would not penalize you either way on that, but the blogs were good on it. So thanks for doing that. And, sorry about that. In case you were wondering, is he losing his mind? The answer to that is yes, I probably was losing my mind. But two, it was an honest mistake. And thanks. A couple people actually emailed me right off the bat about it. And I thought I went in there and caught it. But some of you, I guess, were just on the ball when I posted it a little early on that weekend and went ahead and did the reviews. It sounded like everyone got something out of it. So that was good. That's the apologies. What are we doing to finish up? All right, I'm going to do a few things here. One, I will try to make this as non-confusing as I possibly can and not double talk. One, this week, we're going to do discussion 10, blog 10, and fun tech review. I will pull fun tech review up in a second. Virtual reality is the blog topic this week. I'd like you to blog on that, but I'm going to let you, there's a little bit of freedom with that, and I'll explain it here in a minute. Next week is actually Thanksgiving. Now, I know the way I laid out the syllabus, I decided not to get too confusing with it. I just blocked off next week for Thanksgiving. I know technically the school's open. I'm actually doing some advisement next week for students that are coming in for the spring. If you need any time to finish up anything next week, just email me. That's fine. I think I'll kind of give those Monday, Tuesday, and I think Wednesday a little bit of time for you to work if you need to catch up on anything. I probably will go ahead and post a lecture. The next lecture after this one, and I know this will break your heart, will probably be the last one I actually officially post. It's going to be more of a wrap up, and I'll tell you right now what I'm going to just kind of wrap up on. One, I'm going to remind you that you need to do lesson plan 3, which is due on the 6th. Um, and then also there's a unit checklist. That is pretty simple. It just kind of tells you how everything ties in together, and or answers some questions related to what your lesson plans are. I've been really impressed with the lesson plans. I know when I'm filming this, you're all actually working on the second one right now, but lesson plan 1 was through the roof. So that's all good. Also, don't forget you have to do your Apple certification or Google One verification. Again, Apple is free. I believe Google costs a couple bucks. I think it's 10 or 15. So just to kind of give you the heads up on that. I think I got most of those graded, but if I have not and you've turned it in or emailed it, just contact me. I'll make sure that it's up to date. And I will send out an email. It'll probably be around the week of Thanksgiving. My plan is to be officially caught up on grading. Observations for me are done actually starting on the 13th. I have one early in the morning on the 13th, and then I'm done. And I will bust, like I say, my derriere to make sure that everything is up to date for you on Thanksgiving. I'm not really worried about anyone. You all have been, I'm not just saying this, you've been great the whole semester about getting things in, completing things. There's, I don't think I'm exaggerating. This is the largest education class this semester. I think there's between graduate and undergraduate students, there's 30 plus in here, and everyone's getting everything in each week. I mean, I was telling someone the other day, it's every assignment is in. So thank you for that. That is the nuts and bolts. What is going on this week? As you can see, I'm going to talk a little bit about VR and fun tech. This isn't stuff that's going to take too long. Let me talk about the fun tech first. And if you look, I have this posted up on Sakai, and it's actually under assignments also if you need it. But here's what I want you to do. The assignment for fun tech is pretty self-explanatory. The reason I do this, let me give a little background. One thing, I love this class. It's a lot of fun. I like getting new tech. I like checking things out. People share things with me. It's awesome. But I'm also not naive. A lot of you are in field specific. I mean, I was a social studies teacher, and actually I kind of showed you an example. The tech sometimes in our field, there's a little different than the broad tech that I'm kind of showing you. So you might be in science and biology, and you might have some sort of dissection tech that I haven't introduced to you, but you know of, or you want to explore a little bit. That's kind of this opportunity. My son, he actually dissected a frog this year. I thought they did it earlier this year, and they did it online. They did it, excuse me, virtually. Also, um, I always think about this also with physical education. I know you all have a lot of different tech that you use. And by the way, when I'm talking tech, I'm not just talking about on a computer, I'm talking about, different types of clock management, timers, anything that's technology related. That's basically what I'm getting at. I know you all have it in physical education that I might not have in this class. Social studies, I gave you an example. I showed you some sites that I normally wouldn't provide in this class with Library of Congress and National Archives and ways to access primary source documents. So what I'm getting at here, there's a lot of fun tech out there. I would like you to find 2 types of fun tech, and I put some on here first, and I'll run through the list real quick here in a second. I want you to pick 2, and I just want you to give a 1-paragraph review, and you can give it 1 to 4 stars. If you want to really get cute, you can give it a fresh rating. You can say it's certified fresh, 98% of critics approve or like. I don't care. Just give me some sort of review. Don't make your life miserable. Just find some stuff that we haven't talked about. Maybe there was some tech in something. I'm going right down the list like on Sakai. Maybe there was some tech that we introduced in class that you didn't get a chance to do. Maybe GimKit. I've been doing a lot of virtual observations, and GimKit I have seen all the time. Maybe you want to check out GimKit. I put that Cami up last week. That was something I just saw, or when we were doing Google Classroom, that they mentioned a lot. Check out Cami if you want. I was trying to think, Seesaw, that's another one I know a lot of elementary use. Check it out if you want. I don't care. Just something that you think might be fun or a little different, or something we haven't looked at in this class. Do a review. You need to pick 2, and you just submit it online. There's some social studies ones. I'm very familiar with a lot of these, and that's why. And by the way, like Google Earth, that transcends social studies. That could be science or anything like that. This is a website that has a lot of different science tech. As you can see, I'm going to click it, and hopefully it works. Please work. Please work. There you go. And you see there's some other science games and things like that that you can check out. And let me go back. And let's go back. There you go. Talking to myself. Art has a lot of different ones. These are some multimedia tools. These are just links to different fun texts if you want to check out English. Again, PE, there's a couple. Again, some of you probably have seen some of this in your methods classes if you've already had it. A lot of times methods classes get into some tech. I know this semester, I have a few people in 422, we've looked at different things that you can access. Maybe you like Nearpod and you want to check out Paradeck. You didn't do that when we did it. I've seen Paradeck a lot. That's a fun tech. I don't care. This is kind of your free-for-all. Pick two. Here's some math resources. That says early. That's easily. I'll put that. I need to fix that. Easily is like a little post. It's like you can make infographics. Glogster's another one. You know, they're ones that I don't even know what's this notice I have down there. You are welcome to try either as tools for the classroom. They are classroom apps that were removed for filming virus reason week issues. Oh, that was when I updated some stuff. We had some things last spring where, remember when we went on hiatus that one week and we kind of closed down and didn't have anything due? I must have forgotten to take that off. Ignore that. The virus has been going on the whole time. Just pick two. That's all I'm saying. And it can be from your content area. It can be anything that we've done that you didn't get to try. That's the fun tech. What you are completing your blog on, let me see if I can get rid of that. As you can see, it says VR. Now there's a lot with VR. And you know, we as a school don't have virtual reality, so I really can't show it to you. Some schools have it, some do not. I don't think I've been in any schools that actually utilize virtual reality, but I'm hearing more and more about it. So what I'm asking you to do is kind of check out, I'll have a few articles out. When you blog, think about the ways, and I'll put the prompt on there, but I need to make sure I write it down so I word this exactly how I'm saying it. But just think about the ways that you think you could use VR in the classroom. Look at that, official VR in classroom. That's what I want you to think about with your blog. And it doesn't have to be long. I will say this. If you look at Nearpod, they have virtual reality field trips. To me, this counts. I use this a lot. I like Nearpod. I used it a lot. I've been using it a lot since like 2013. So I have to admit I'm a little biased. But like I use the London stuff a lot. And when I did, let's preview it. When I did it, let's see, we're not really previewing anything yet, are we? Done? Let's see. That isn't, there we go. Let's see. It's not coming up, the preview, is it? There it is. Oh, technology. As you can see, I use this a lot. I actually have to say, I always thought that it worked better on iPads because the students can hold it and move it around. But as you can see, I would find something, this isn't a great example, but I would have my students like go on virtual field trips to locations like the London Bridge or the Eiffel Tower or the Great Wall of China, and we would have to find things there. As you can see, and you can zoom in, and there's tons of these on Nearpod. As you can see, you can go around. There's different views that the students can select and things like that. But just as an example, that's one. And then actually, if you ever want to use it in Nearpod, virtual reality is there. And like you said, you can do there. I'm just trying to think of something. Well, there's tons of places there. I don't have to really think. And you can pull them up. And there's, you know, again, boom. So that's one way you can utilize VR. Now that's pretty low tech VR, but like I said, I used it. I'm going to put this article up. This kind of gets into what I think most of us think about with VR, with the glasses and how you can use it. I'm going to put a couple articles up. I'm going to try to find ones that relate to like different technology or different areas. And I want you to kind of think about how you think you could use VR, if it's even viable in the classroom. I think as far as, hopefully everyone knows what virtual reality is. It's, you know, the whole thing where it kind of looks real. I've seen some pretty cool stuff recently. I might even have a YouTube video that I'm going to put up so you can check it out. But it's just another way to teach. I'll tell you who actually can talk about this a good bit. You might want to even ask her. I believe, I don't think she'll mind me saying this. Dr. Johnson's son actually does a lot of the virtual reality type stuff and designs it. And it's actually kind of interesting to hear her talk about the ways that they're talking about doing it in the classroom. But I mean, you can visit places, you can wear those glasses and go there. Maybe if you're doing gym, maybe you can go to a stadium and see something, how, a field is laid out, and how far 10 yards is if you're doing like a football unit. Or, of course, science. I can imagine you could do space related stuff. English, maybe you can visit the globe, and check out how a stage is laid out, things like that. So there's a lot to virtual reality. And I just want you to kind of just research how you think it might be viable in your field. Elementary, I think you could do a lot of things with it, whether it's maybe checking out insects, directions, things like that. So nothing more, nothing less. Like I say, the most I've actually personally used it has always been in Nearpod, but I still like you to kind of check it out. There'll be a little, I don't even have it up yet. I'm kind of trying to work ahead a little bit this week with the recordings, but I will have a little Sakai link that says virtual reality, and all you have to do is click on it, and there'll be a bunch of articles. I'm not asking you to read them all. You can even do this research on your own. Just what or how would you use VR in the classroom? Do you even think it's viable? Some people might say it's a little bit of a waste of time and money, which, it may be. So that's it. Like I say, nothing fancy. We're kind of in the end game. I want you to really just focus on getting that certification done and the lesson plans. But don't forget, check out the fun tech review. That's up to you what you want to do it on. I'm not going to be, stringent on there. I would try to think of things you think you may actually use 100% in the classroom. I'm not naive. I know there's a lot of tech in this class we've looked at, especially probably clear up through the beginning of November. You're not going to use it all, I doubt. You'll pick some that you like and some that are your favorites. I was the same way. I would say out of all these techs, I use Nearpod a lot. I use Kahoot a lot. I started to fiddle around with GimKit a lot in lieu of Kahoot, and also Google Classroom was something my school before even. I've been out for a few years now, but my school was using Google Classroom a good bit, and I used to use Google Classroom a fair amount. So those are things that I used a lot. Your school district will probably dictate it. Like I say, I have someone who's in Frederick County Public Schools. She uses Pear Deck all the time instead of Nearpod, and I think she's come to the conclusion she likes it better, and a lot of people do. So anyway, that's it. Hope you are having a great semester. Hang in there. I know placements and getting hours, everyone's like just pushing through. Everything is so compressed this semester. But I think everyone is really hanging in, pop a few Advils every once in a while and keep pushing. If you have any questions, as always, contact me. Don't forget your certification stuff. And I'm going to let you go. Talk to you later. Bye. Maybe I'll let you go. Talk to you later.